I've included my audio.
Good stuff.
Because if I hadn't, that'd be a bit sad.
Last week it didn't work, and this week you can get it in.
Remember the glitch that used to be on like Twitch where it wouldn't allow somebody to choose if they wanted their audio included? So I just sat there like twice in a row, just just talking.
Right, how long have we got? 2 minutes. I'm going to link the stream now.
Okay.
Twitch. Twitch.
I'll just rush a few people. I'll ask Smithy if you can just tell a few people, just send out a ping just to say how we there, how we up.
Fair enough. You're just saying that if they ain't here, then they ain't getting in.
Okay, people are hurrying now. It's like 1 minute. They're leaving it really late. I always leave like 3 minutes. Okay. You ready to start at 8?
Oh, good.
Okay, you ready to start at 8? I don't know what time it is now.
It's 7:59. Do you want to start it this week since I did it last week?
Okay, yeah. Hello everybody, welcome to WOR Xbox Tier 7 Season 13 of WOR. I am Epic Freestyler 8, I am joined by Ross G. It's great to have you here, how are you doing?
I'm doing not bad actually, I'm excited for today again. As I was excited last week, I'm excited again. Good tier, good drivers, good track, good day.
Very much. Of course, we have quite a few fast drivers there. We have El Bowman, that of course seems to be getting top 100 on pretty much like every track. But today is Miami. It's a track that is difficult, especially through that Sector 1. But it's also overall just a bit of a sort of odd track. Personally, for me, I find it odd. But it's going to be a difficult one for overtaking, especially.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's a couple twisty turns in the Sector 1, but as you head into Sector 2, it's majority straights after the kind of long right hander heading into the short chicane. You've got the big, I think it's a 2 mile straight all the way down there with the DRS open and a bit of ERS. You should be able to make a lot of overtakes.
Very much so. Of course, it's very difficult in Tier 7 to say, or just really in any tier in WR to say who's going to win, who's going to get pole. But, looking at, for instance, the driver standings as they currently stand, Monty Slow is leading the Drivers' Championship on 38 points, ahead of Papash and G Ninja. Of course, G Ninja is here today, and so is Papash. I'm not and Monty Slow is. So the top 3 are all here, and so is also 4th and 5th, I believe, as well. So we've got pretty much that sort of top 5, but only 2 winners this season. Janinja and Papash. But really, we've got to look at the consistency of Monty Slow getting 3rd in Austria and then 2nd in Bahrain. Could he carry on this form and possibly get 1st this time?
Yeah, well, we've seen it a couple times last week. Couple incidents. I think his tier was pretty bad last week with a couple incidents, but every tier has its bad days. Hopefully today we get some good racing, some good overtakes. Also, it's a track that's heavily straight. It's heavily straighted, so straight line speed is 100% needed down a special track like this.
Yeah, so it's quite a long track. There's a few straights, especially the unique sort of pit straight, the sort of 2 curves in onto them the straight. But I feel like Sector 1 is going to be where we can see a few mistakes. There's a bump coming out of turn 3, I believe, that makes drivers spin round. So maybe they've got to be a bit careful of that little bump in the road. I've gone onto it quite a lot of times. But can we see a few mistakes through Sector 1?
Yeah, no, very twisty, turny tracks. Obviously, curbs are like mountains here. You know, they're highly placed, easily to ride. But obviously, taking the wrong gear or too much throttle, you're going to be spinning round and round in circles. And the walls are pretty close contact here, so any kind of contact with the wall is going to be given damage.
So, very much, I think it's going to really come down to straight line speed. We've seen a lot of drivers running the 0-0 wing, sort of very powerful setup around this track. Um, so I'm not sure um, how it's really going to go, but yeah, it's quite a long track. It's quite difficult, and I'm not sure. Will the 0-0 wings be really powerful around this track, just like other circuits like Monza? What do you think?
Yeah, no, it's a tricky one because obviously I think straight line speed is 100% needed here. You mean it's one of those tracks where if you don't have the straight line speed, you're gonna get eaten up. It's a track where it's so heavily straighted, as I said earlier. It's all about making those overtakes quick and easy, and also getting stuck in that DRS train will be really costly for drivers with no straight line speed. Also, you can sacrifice a bit of straight line speed for that sector one. Also, you can gain a lot of time in that sector one with the higher wing setup, but I think the majority of these drivers will be running a lower wing setup.
And we are about to get going the for Miami. I'm quite excited to see how the weather's going to be. Of course, it's quite a sort of, in a way, difficult track. So yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to go. Track limits is also very difficult round here as well. I think especially through, I'd say sector 2 and 3 is where track limits are really difficult. So could we see a bit of battling through possibly sector 2 and 3?
Yeah, that's definitely the number one priority for drivers. Don't be stupid to the sector one. Just follow the drivers. Take the DRS at the end of that sector one and use it to your advantage. A lot of dive bomb opportunities here too. Turn one quite heavily populated for a dive bomb. At the end of the second straight, coming out of the start of sector two, and sector obviously at the end of sector three as well. That straight is ridiculously long, so it's very likely that we'll see a lot of moves down there.
Yeah, very much. Of course, we saw what happened in real life when they raced here in 2022 for the first time, where Mick Schumacher and Sebastian Vettel collided into turn one. I think we might be seeing quite a bit of that today, going down to that sort of turn one area. I think we might see quite a bit of that because it's it's a very tight turn one. It goes from very wide to very tight all of a sudden, and I think drivers have to be really careful when trying to make a move into that corner.
Yeah, definitely. It's just all about timing it right. Really, just pick your braking point. Make sure the driver agrees with it. Just get the move done quick as possible. So go ahead into sector one. Obviously, the curbs are not going to be nice to you, so you don't want to be shoved onto that curb because that is where collisions will happen pretty easily. It's quite an obvious corner. I think we're about to see our first drivers coming out now over at the Haas garage. There's movement, and I believe it's Monty Slow getting a move on.
Very much as I forgot to sadly say, we are here now for round 3 of Xbox Tier 7. We're here at Miami for round 3 in season 13. At Championship, Monty Slow is the first car out of the pits in the Haas. And, could he carry on his run of form? Because so far he's been running, he got third in Austria, second in Bahrain. Could he get the win here today and carry on that sort of going up slowly up the podium?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's what it's definitely in his mind right now. Obviously, Monty is leading the championship by 6 points behind RP1 Papash, so he's got to be careful. So he's not really a driver here that can take a lot of risks. He's got to make sure he scores big points here, keep the lead out of front ahead of Papash. Obviously, close behind, he's also got G Ninja in the Aston Martin, in the Haas, sorry. So possibly this could be a good day out for the Haas if they both end up in the points.
Very much, of course. I think it's a difficulty a lot of the drivers are very close in skill. very close in pace looking at the last race, especially in Bahrain, which could make it very difficult for them. As let's go on board with Monty. Do you want to take this lap?
Sure, no problem. Here we go. Then Monty Slow is going to be the first driver to get us going here in Miami. Obviously, DRS opens up quite early in the straight. Just starts up. A heavy braking zone, turn 1. Make sure you get it right. You don't want to touch the inside of those curbs. Takes it quite nicely in 4th gear. Slowly on the throttle, into 5th. Flicks it through in the right hander. Follow him all the way through this lap. Into 6th, up into 7th. Head into this left-handed corner and quickly switch to the right-handed side. So better be on the ball here. And takes it nice and easy on the curbs. To the left-hander now. Nice and easy. Run out the corner. Into 4th gear. Slowly apply the throttle. Up into 5th. Throttle down, heading into the DRS zone now. He has hit the DRS marker. Car's moving out of the way. Down this very long straight. It kind of has a slight bend to the left here, but it won't really affect the straight line speed. We see Monty right now heading up to 212 miles per hour there, heading into the left-handed corner, heading to the long right-hander now. Got to make sure that the rotation is there. Any kind of understeer here can cause you to run on the side of a wall. Heading to the very, very short and sharp chicane. Collisions can happen here. Also late braking, early braking. You've got to be careful for drivers in front and behind. Heading into the last straight now. Massively long straight. Massive overtaking opportunities down here. DRS opens, 8th gear. All the way down the straight. A pole would be very, very crucial down here to get a pole lap. Monty, during the last corner, massively heavy braking zone. Down into 4th gear. Tasting nice and easy. It might have a slight little lock up there. Up into 5th gear. Monty is going to finish this lap. It's going to be a very, very strong lap for Monty. It's going to be a 1:27.
That is one good lap there. I believe the next driver behind is, I'm actually not sure who it is. The next one.
It's ERL with tick here, but he's just started his lap, so it's all
I think it is Joe. It was Joe for a second there, but then he has pulled off of his lap. So just trying to find the next driver. I think it's the Mercedes of Jitto. Yes, it is. Hasn't set a purple middle sector. A little bit iffy off of the exit. Can Jitto make the line? It's going to be a 27.7. Looking for the next driver. Well, Papash, she has gone with a 27.4 there. A little bit faster. Just trying to find one driver that hasn't done a lap, that is actually finishing a lap, and it's I'm not sure how to say your name. He does a 30.7, so obviously he must have let off a bit on his lap. Must have made a mistake. Then, AutoFred, P2, that's very, very close. AutoFred is very close to Monty there. What a lap from El Bowman to get a 26.8. First driver to get into the 26s.
Very good start for El Bowman. A great banker lap, I have to say. It's going to be a tough one to beat on the bankers anyway. You see Barney just coming out the chicane there, had a very good chicane there, foot to the floor, all the way down the straight. The one thing about this track though, the ERS at the end of your lap is gone. You have not got the opportunity to go for a second run if you mess up. These banker laps are going to be crucial to be a good lap. But see, Monty now, still P2 as ERL Matigier jumps up into P3 with a 27 flat as well, 5 thousandths off of Monty. You see Barney now, his teammate, coming around this final corner, heads it all the way down into the straight. It's going to be a 27.5.
Big gap there between, even if you just look between 5th and 4th, you know, there's over 3/10 gap between, you know, 4th and 3rd. That's a very big gap, but very good lap from ERL Matigia, because, you know, to be just 5 thousandths off of Monty, who we thought did a very fast first lap, honestly, I've got to give it some. That's a pretty good lap to start off. But really, El Bowman showing currently who's really got the big gap. You know, 1.5 tenths out in the lead in on the first banker laps, which is a pretty decent gap as well.
Yeah, very good. WR ability there, just set a nice 27.2. I followed him through that last kind of few corners there. He had a very nice ending to his lap. I don't actually know who's on a lap right now. There's quite a lot of out laps. You see, yeah, here we go. I'm Sky is on a lap. He has 4 tenths down in the first sector though, and he pushed it late. He's pushing. Never mind. There is no one on a lap right now. Yeah, everyone is rushing and back into the pits.
Well, no, there is Harvey Allen, who's currently 13th with a 28.2. He looks like he is pushing. He's gone a bit deep into the hairpin, possibly going for more of a better exit. He is going into the pits though, so it did look like he was actually down by about 2-3 tenths on his lap.
Yeah,
But
run into the pits now.
Jitto is the first, as I'm trying to find who's the first driver out on the outlap. I believe it is Monty Slow who's the first. Who's on their outlap. Yes, he's done it again. Monty Slow, first driver out of the pits at the start of qualifying. Now, once again, on his second set of softs, he's again out, the first one out. Bit of an odd thing to happen.
Never know, maybe he just wants to get that clean air. I'll say right now he's got the perfect gap. I have to say, no signs of dirt air at all in front of him. He does have the Mercedes close behind, so he's got to be careful to not make too much of a gap in front of him. So let's see. Monty, I'll say 2 tenths behind El Bowman right now. He's got to improve that lap by quite a bit just to even jump up to provisional pole here. I'll say only a short qualifying, 10 minutes left. Track will grip up near the end. I think there'll probably be around 4 or 5 drivers in the 26s here. So we should be all good.
Yeah, I think we're just going to... to me, I think we're only going to see the top 4 get into the 26s, because possibly WR ability might be able to do it, but I don't think really anything below 5th will, because look at 6th, you know, Papash, she's got a 27.4, and a high 27.4, which is, you know, 2 tenths off of ability, so there's quite a big gap there. As I forgot to mention, Monty's on his lap once again. Let's see what he can do.
Monty flying through that first sector. Here we go.
Oh,
heading up to the first sector line. Oh, he has a bit of a calamity with the edge of the wall there. Close one. He's got much behind him. There's some drivers behind him. He doesn't block anyone. Let's see. As Papash, she is on a lap here, coming out of the end of sector 1. Let's see. Definitely pushing over the sector 1 line. She is 2 tenths up purple sector 1 for Papash. This will currently put her ahead of WR ability. Let's follow Papash through this long straight that dips left, heading into the short left-handed corner. Heavy braking zone once again. This is looking like a not bad lap for the Alpha Tauris. Obviously, last weekend didn't really have that good of a weekend in Alpha Tauris. Ben Croydon and T4 Toby are those boys in the Alpha Tauri. None of them here today, and Papash does in fact invalidate at that short chicane.
And so does Jitto as well. 2 drivers within a few seconds of each other. Janinja is the next one on a lap. It's very much just trying to find whoever's on a lap at the moment. But it's Janinja. He's gone 4 tenths faster, about half a second quicker. This is currently going to put him... This will actually just put him into 6th place. So a big jump for Janinja. And it will be good for his championship as well, currently sitting 3rd. Can Janinja hold on to the lap? He goes for more of an apex turn. Going a little bit safe with his lap. Very good lap there. Just missing out on 5th. So definitely Janinja looks like he could have just had an unlucky first lap. Joe Murphy comes up to the line and goes 7th.
Not a bad lap there, right? Joe, have to say, El Bowman is up on his time once again. He was about 4,500s up in that first sector. Maybe has more time to gain through the second sector, obviously. Quickest time so far as the man in the McLaren. He's had a poor first few races for him. I think he's only had about 13 points, which is not very good for a driver of his calibre. You see, coming round the chicane, it takes it very nicely. Heading up to the second sector line, his split is going to be 13 thousandths up. Not a purple sector 2 either, so he's actually improving his time, but not purple sectors.
That is alright though, because as long as he's improving his time, it means it's more difficult for the other drivers. Monty has also come out on another outlap, so a very quick sort of change for tyres from Monty. But Bowman coming up. Oh! I don't think...
Slight squabble.
I think Bowman was just wanting to get that little bit more time out of the cars. Matigia goes fastest with a 26.6. What a lap time for Matigia. That's another 2 tenths quicker than Bowman.
Yeah, very good there from Matigia. I was out of the blue. Also, we're following Bowman on board. Messed up. If you see, Otto Alfred is a tenth and a half up through that second sector. Purple sector 2 for Otto Alfred. He's going to have a bit of a slipstream down here with all the drivers in front. He has got to make sure these drivers get out of the way. His teammate is actually one of them in front. Let's make sure he doesn't get blocked here. That would be a total shocker to his very good lap. This will be putting him near the front of the grid. As you see, also Alfred coming for these last few corners. The Aston Martin is going to put the car into P2.
What a lap from... Of course, the track is gripping up more. But still, what a lap to put it there. Trying to find Monty, who's just set... Well, he's actually just set the exact same time, I believe, as he did before. Or he was just on his outlap, I'm not sure. But yeah, what a good lap actually from quite a lot of these drivers. WR Ability is also on a lap. Sector 1, he has improved by 2/10. This will actually just put him into P4 ahead of Monty. As he is actually ahead of Monty on track as well.
Yeah, this is good for WR Ability. He's got to try and help his teammate up in P2 right now with his teammate, but obviously there is going to be a bit of a worry for Monty, as he's got the ability behind, and also G Ninja. We know G Ninja has got the lap in him to put himself back up into those top 5 places. He's got, obviously, G Ninja and Monty are championship rivals here. Also Papash as well, but Papash is not having a great time down there in P8. Ability was 2.5 tenths up there coming out the middle sector. He is currently on for around P4 ahead of Monty. Can Ability help Alfred out here by putting the Aston Martin cars on for a 2-3 here? He
has locked up into the last corner. He is going into pit for fresh tyres, so obviously he knew there was possibly more in the lap time. Bit risky, I would say, for him to abandon it that late. But looking at Monty, Monty's also coming into the pits. I'm not sure if Monty will have another set of softs. I'm not too sure, because I believe this is Monty's 3rd set of softs, so I don't think they'll have another. Who else is on a lap? Papash is on a lap currently. Coming round. Oh, put it into neutral. Into the last corner. Did not expect that. Jitto is on a lap. Not sure how much Jitto is up by. But anything will really help him. He just needs a 10th just to get him into the top 10. And he goes 7th. What a lap. What a decent lap from Jitto. But with not much ahead of Joe Murphy or Papash at the moment. So yeah, a little bit risky there. I believe there's a... Yeah, G-Ninja. Should we go on board with G-Ninja for this lap?
Let's go for it then. G-Ninja is the only man out on track right now, technically, on a lap. Obviously, just finished the lap. He is the current only man out for a lap. So let's see. G-Ninja has got the clearest track in front of him. No one has ever had a clear track as this for a whole of their lap. G-Ninja's got the cleanest air. He's got all the tyres. Oh, he had a bit of a squabble there coming out of that turn 3. Let's see how G-Ninja ends this second sector, or first sector should I say. Flies through in 7th and 6th gear there. Follows through the left-hander all the way around. The track runs all the way out on you. Through in 4th gear, foot to the floor. His first sector, he is a 10.5 up, G-Ninja. That is perfect for what he needs for a championship battle. Obviously, his teammate and championship rival, Monty Slow, is up P4, with 2/10 ahead of him. That is definitely his aim right now, to be ahead of his championship rival and gain some points on him already. G-Ninja coming through very nicely, entering at sector 2 now. This is a very tough part of the track. This will make you or break your lap here. Hence the tough part of the track, the chicane. Got to make sure he aces this. Hits the curb well, and the other curb well. Oh, he doesn't! He hits with a spin.
And I think it's also possibly a bit too late for him to go for another lap as well, as he spun it again. This isn't helping him, as we see quite a lot of drivers coming out on their outlaps now. I think that could be it for G-Ninja, if I'm being honest. I don't think he'll get back in time. Which is disappointing. It would have been nice to see him finish that lap. I think he could have been 2-3 tenths up. You could have seen him get to P4. But at the moment, just a quick rundown of the top 5. ERL Matigia is currently on the provisional pole position, as he set a 26.678. Also Alfred second. Al Bowman, the man who looked like he could be on for pole and still does, is in 3rd. Monty Slow 4th. Our championship leader, of course, and WR Ability in 5th. But yeah, I think really the drivers that really need to improve on their laps now is Ability and Monty. I think they're the 2 that need to really improve on their laps.
Yeah, true. Obviously, I think there's other 2. I think Joe Murphy's got a lot more on his lap, and Papash as well. Papash is currently P2 in the championship as a reserve. Very good showing. by Papash here. So she has got to try and get that lap in as soon as she can, and improve and find that 4 tenths and put herself up to P4. Try and attack Monty off the start really, and so that G Ninja can't break away from Monty as well. As Joe Murphy is 2.5s up in this first sector, he will not have a tow going down the straight, but he will obviously have the straight line speed of that McLaren. As we know, Landon Norris did crash out here in the in real life Miami Grand Prix. Let's hope this doesn't happen to Joe Murphy or El Bowman today. Joe Murphy heads into sector 2. Very nicely done. Hasn't invalidated, he's kept it nicely. He drops a very low gear there. Into third gear, into fourth gear now, heading up the hill. Takes the chicane very nicely, doesn't invalidate. Joe Murphy heading all the way down the straight. Here he goes. He's got the Ferrari ahead. He's going to make sure he gets out of the way. 2.5 tenths up again still Joe Murphy. Let's see how he does at the end of this lap. He's going to be all the way down this very long straight. One more corners to go. This can make or break the lap. This is going to be the lap that puts Joe Murphy where he needs to be, though he will not get another run in after this. Round this last corner. Very nicely done. Heading to the left-handed part. Then the right-handed part. Joe Murphy to the line. Where can he put that McLaren? P4.
Very good lap, though. It is a very good lap, I have to say that. Looking to the next driver, I believe it is... I'm trying to find the next driver just to start off with. It was Jitto. Matigia has also retired from the session as well, so he feels confident enough that he's done it. We see Harvey Allen currently on a lap. Oh, bit off there for Harvey Allen, and it's not going to be an improvement. That is it for Harvey Allen. Looking to the next drivers, WR Ability is the next driver. Not sure if he's up or not. He's going to put his car P4. What a lap there from him. E.R. Bayliss only stays 13th, looking for the hearse of Monty. Monty's 2 tenths up. It's going to be enough for P3 for Monty. What a lap. I believe...
Just interrupt you, freestyler. Otto Alfred has spun at the chicane. He will not get another lap in. Alfred has spun. He dropped the rear at the chicane and he is out. El Bowman is 1.5 up on his time. He is looking for pole position here. Comes out the final corner. Foot to the floor. Can El Bowman steal pole from ERL Matigier? He's a fast driver. El Bowman to the line. He does take pole. 26.5. What a lap from the McLaren.
And here comes... Thanks Harvey as well, he's coming along as well. I believe he's going to be the last of our drivers to cross the line and all having a bit of a snap, but he holds on to it. It's going to be P9, so into the top 10. Ninja though, didn't work out for him. You know, lost out to Joe Murphy, lost out to Barney as well, so he's down to 8th. Papash 11th, so a bit of disappointment for Papash, of course. You know, I bet she would have wanted to have a better race than this. Well, better qualifying, sorry. But our guy on pole position today is El Bowman, 72 with a 1 minute 26.587. He's our driver on pole, so what a lap. You know, I just want to talk about, you know, not just Bowman, but also Matigia. You know, those two are almost a little bit in sort of a league of their own at the moment. They're a little bit further out front from anybody else.
Matigier got laid down. I think he must have got a nice lap of validation, which caused him a pit. He couldn't go for another lap. He didn't have time to go round and get rid of that penalty. So that's cost him pole position. Because I feel like Matigier would have had a lot more in that lap. I'll say only 92 hundredths to separate El Bowman and Matigier. You know, Matigier probably could have found that time and stuck his Alpine on pole.
Very much. But here's the rundown. El Bowman takes pole position in the McLaren, E.R. Matigier in second, Otto Alfred in third, Monty Slow in fourth, WR Ability in fifth. Joe Murphy gets sixth, while Barney gets seventh. Ninja, disappointing for him to only get 8th in the Haas. Thanks Harvey, just pops into the top 10, getting 9th. Jitto is to finish out the top 10, while Papash, Hero Gamer, Bayliss, Harvey Allen, I'm Sky, and Toxic all are the bottom 6 in that specific order. So, here we are guys for the Miami Grand Prix for Xbox WOR Tier 7 Round 3 of Season 13. Who do you think is going to win the race after that crazy qualifying?
This race could go either way for anyone. It's one of those tracks where anything can happen overall. Could be, for all we know, it could be a bit of rain here. There could be anything that happens in this race, but I think favourite now's got to be El Bowman. He's seriously got the pace round here.
I think
You know,
it all depends on race strategy, of course, because Bowman and Matigia are both there as well. You know, both of them are there on the front row. It's gonna be quite close.
yeah, definitely, 100%. I'll say El Bowman and Matigia were in a league of their own there in that qualifying. 2/10 was closest to Bowman after his lap.
Do you want to take this?
But I think, yeah, sure, why not? I'll do first lap. I think this race could go either way for any of them really. This is one of those tracks where anything can happen. It's a crazy track. A lot of mistakes can be made. I know a lot of stupidity can happen, but just need to hope these drivers are smart enough to hold back on the stupid stuff.
The driver that needs to have a big comeback today is Janinja and Papash. The drivers in second and third, you know, Papash in second. You know, especially Papash. She needs to have a big comeback. Starting 11th, second, although reserve driver, second in the championship. Possibly Papash needs to have a really big comeback today to get, to maximise points.
Yeah, no, I think this could be a good race for Papash. I would say bit of a disappointment. She was always up on her time in that qualifying, but she could never string the lap together. She always struggled to finish off that lap, but obviously one laps don't matter anymore. This is all about consistency, and obviously she does have a bit of consistency about her. So let's see if she can make that comeback drive that she needs.
I'm not sure what's going on with the lobby as it stands, as it's just loading. I'm not sure, so I'm just having a look if anybody's saying restart. Yeah, currently.
No, I think it's just people haven't readied up yet. I think people think there's a 5-minute break. It's alright. This just means we can waffle more.
So I'm just gonna.
Who do you think's gonna win freestyle? You ask me, I'll ask you.
I think Matigia could.
I agree actually. I think Matigia was a bit unlucky at the end. He's a very good driver, Matigia. Obviously, you've seen him a couple of races this year already. He's got the pace at most of these tracks. He's just got to keep it together. I think today, maybe try and out-strategize El Bowman, and even Otto Alfred. Otto Alfred had a good qualities up in there in P3 in the Aston Martin. So you never know. This race really could go anywhere at this point, man.
Yeah, very much. It's a difficult one, it's a difficult track, we saw for track limits, especially at that tight section, it's difficult. But these curves, you get them a bit wrong and you're off the track, you're gone. Almost race over, it's almost a bit like that. So I'm just wondering, what could actually happen, It's just difficult because it's a long track as well. It's not the shortest lap time. It'd be funny to see the track go even faster, but I don't think that's how it works exactly. So yeah, I'm not sure what's gonna sort of happen. How's this all gonna go for sort of everybody? Turn 1's gonna be the biggest place on lap 1. I think turn 1's going to be pretty difficult.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some. I can see a carnage this carnage lap 1 here. I think, to be honest, I can see a lot of people, trying to go for it at certain corners. Set to 1, people might get a better run out at the start or better run out at corners. You never know. People can be ambitious of the starts, and I think it brings better out people though when they're ambitious, because although it can lead to collisions, it does look for better racing. So let's hope that they do keep it clean enough. And
okay, so here we go. Finally, luckily everybody has looked at my message, and we're going at the 1 minute late, but it's okay. We've got to waffle on for another 20 odd minutes, but it's all right.
All good.
Sorry to the viewers, but honestly, so. Yeah, I think it's difficult to say, El Bowman and Matigia. I think both of them really could fight for the win. I think both of them are going to be the ones fighting for the win. You can take it from here.
Go then for the WR Tier 7 Miami Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. Is it? There we go, lights in, away we go, Miami. El Bowman does get away well from Yara Matigia. Matigia gets out already alongside. Matigia is in the lead of the race. Matigia takes the lead on that lap 1. Up the inside goes Monty Slow. WR Ability takes P3 ahead of Monty. Monty cannot get Worse start than that. He's dropped one place already to WR ability. Otto Alfred's looking for a move already on Monty Slow, but Matigier gets the move done early, takes that position. Joe Murphy looking to get some move done as well as Otto Alfred. Looks to be holding up Joe Murphy now. As Joe Murphy goes up the inside of Otto Alfred. Can he get the move done? The McLaren side by side with the Aston Martin. He couldn't get the better choice in the corner. It's Joe Murphy. Joe takes position ahead of Otto Alfred.
What an opening lap. Especially out in the front, Matigia taking the lead from El Bowman. That lead did not last as long as I think both of us thought as well. But great pounce from Matigia. But I want to say also, Papash has done what she's needed to do. She's fighting with Ninja at the moment, over 7th place. But she's gone from 11th to 7th. So what a start for them. But there's a great battle between Ninja and Papash over this midfield battle, as Toxic has also spun round in that middle sector. As it stands, Ninja has pulled off the move, but here comes Barney. He's going to go for both of them. He has gone, and at the hairpin, is he going to get both Ninja and Papash? Yes, he is. What a move from Barney to get back up into 7th as Matigia leads, but Monty is looking for a move on WR Ability, who's also had a good start to go up 2 places. It's very close, but still, Ability holds off Monty. And here comes Joe Murphy as well. So many moves. As
was a start here in Miami. Joe Murphy getting a move done on Monty when he's a Sector 1 yellow flag against ERL Bayless has had a mistake out there in Sector 1. As I said, Sector 1 is an easy place to make a mistake. The man to make the moves right now is Joe Murphy. He is making positions left, right and centre. Every time he gets up lap by lap, he's going up a position. He could be actually young for this win here, Joe Murphy. He has got the pace round here, as seen already. 2 or 3 positions up from the start, a poor quality, but I have to say, Joe Murphy is definitely like a fast driver around here.
I have just seen that his EIS level is below 40%. It's just hit 40%, which means he has used a lot of EIS over just 1 lap. But so far, that seems to be pretty good. You know, of course, it's not all ERS. But so far, it's a good start for instance, WR Ability into 3rd, and for Joe Murphy. Also, a very good one for instance, I'm Sky, up 5 places. Papash, up 2. There's a yellow flag, and it is Hero Gamer, both Ferraris now, sit at the back of the grid. Feeling a bit like real life, but it's not this time because of reliability. But Matigia takes the fastest lap here on lap 3, still leading the race by around 6/10. El Bowman then another second ahead of WR Ability. Then just less than half a second back is Joe Murphy. Monty another half a second back, and then Otto Alfred. I just want to say, Otto Alfred not getting the start he would have wanted. Down 3 places, and a second behind Monty as well. So not the start the Aston Martin would have wanted, but the start the other one would have wanted.
Yeah, a very, very good start there for Ability as well. Ability has had a really good start up in that podium place already. He is not in the DRS of El Bowman though, which is going to kill his race. DRS in most starting. Here comes Joe Murphy. Thought about going around the outside there on WR Ability, but this DRS train will just keep on going. These 3 will break away as Otto Alfred has got to get a move on, catch his train up now to that train, and El Bowman picks up a 3-second time penalty for cutting the corners. What is going on in that McLaren? A bit of racecraft issues maybe, but this is where El Bowman might be trying to think about it. Joe Murphy now is thinking about a move. He's got the DRS and the ERS advantage to help him on WR Ability. Here comes Joe Murphy down the inside, run the outside. Here comes Monty Slow, looking for both of them. Is it going to wheel to wheel into the last corner? What's going to happen? Joe Murphy and Monty Slow. Murphy looks to be ahead. Monty looks to be ahead. Monty takes the position ahead of Joe Murphy.
Very, very nice move there from Monty to go up 2 places within just 1 corner as well. Half a straight and a corner. But that's very bad for both now. Both Aston Martins have both now lost out places a bit. But it's expected, you know, DRS zones are very long round this track. So we could expect WR Ability to take a position back very soon. He's gone out very wide though. Of course, there was a bit of a glitch still at that corner. So, now heading on to the straight, you see El Bowman within the DRS. He does have a 3-second penalty as it stands. El Bowman currently just 4 tenths behind. Currently, it's not going too badly for quite a few drivers. Oh, Monty Slow having a moment as Joe Murphy is right there to pick up the pieces, and so is WR Ability and Auto Alfred, who is also caught up to his teammate and the whole group here, and so is Barney. So far, a few things going right for a few drivers, especially for Joe Murphy, up 2 places. Also, same for I'm Sky. Things have not gone well for the 3 Ferrari power cars, the Ferrari Alfa Romeo and the other Ferrari of Thanks Harvey, Hero Gamer and Bayliss, all in the bottom 3, especially with Thanks Harvey dropping down 5 places off the start. Harvey Allen, though, up 3 places, though. As we now look onto the straight again, Joe Murphy relatively close, just not close enough to make a move. Again, you see this little DRS line now coming out, as now Janinja and Papash are also catching up. We've got this huge DRS line going from all the way in P3. We also see Monty Slow is catching El Bowman as well, which isn't good for El Bowman, as he's also losing touch to Matigia. He has lost DRS to Matigia now, I believe so. Yes, he has. He has now lost DRS. Matigia has a lot more ERS as well. It's Monty below 5%, which isn't great. I believe he has the lowest ERS out of anybody out on track. Yes, he does. This isn't great for him, but he does seem to be faster through the corners and possibly on the straights, as we have our first retirement of the race. It is Bayliss. I believe the car is moving. I'm not sure if that is I believe, yeah, the car is moving again, so obviously he just retired in game. So now Bayliss is our first retiree of the Miami Grand Prix. As we see a move being set, Barney making a move on Auto Alfred into the hairpin. Alfred's not going to get the acceleration though, so a bit of disappointment. El Bowman puts in the fastest lap of the race, but also Alfred could have a bit of a comeback. No, he's not going to go for it. Some very nice and very clean racing so far in these first few laps of the race, which is very nice to see. It's always nice to see some clean racing. That's what we want in WR, especially in the top line tier as well. As it stands, drivers with penalties, there's only El Bowman with a 3-second penalty for track limits. Pit stop so far, only 2 drivers have stopped. That was Hero Gamer in last and EOL Bayliss, our only retiree this race. So far, things not going too badly for people, but we see this huge DRS line further back, looking to see if anybody's making a move. I don't believe so, but I just want to look towards a driver that we haven't actually looked towards that much, and that is actually the driver of Barney. You know, he's been very quiet in this race, but he's been making moves, as he's now sizing up a move on WR Ability. I thought Ability would be having a bit of a comeback, but the big one to talk about is Joe Murphy, within 3 tenths of Monty Slow now, and he's going to stick to the line. Is he going to send it on a dive bomb? No, he's not. He's going to go safe. Looking further back. Oh! Joe Murphy has gone deep, and he's going to get the bit of a better exit. He isn't going to get the best exit, though, out of the corners. El Bowman has also closed up. I just saw that. I thought he's going to go for the move. We're looking further back. Is there going to be a move happening? No, still very quiet further back in the grid. No moves just yet. As we also, I just want to say, Papash, nice to get up 2 places in this race, but it's not where Papash wants to be. Currently, she is second in the Drivers' Championship, even though as a reserve driver, which is very good, but this is not what Papash would have wanted, to be sitting P9 from P11 to P9, which isn't great. But looking back to the front, 2 drivers, El Bowman now has DRS, he has a bit more ERS. He's closing up to Matigia, only half a second he's closed in by, so he's not that close again. Joe Murphy also getting pretty close to making a move on Monty Slow. Possibly Joe Murphy is setting up that back straight for an overtake. Through the corners though, Joe Murphy does look slower through the corners. which is a little worrying, especially going onto the straight. Here goes Joe Murphy now. I'm on board with him. He's within 6 tenths, so he is actually further back than he was last time, so I don't think he'll be making the move this time. But Barney is looking to make the move on WR ability. He has a lot more EIS than ability. He's going to size up the inside move. He's just trying to make ability make a mistake. Oh, it's Barney, the one who's trying to pressure ability. He's going to lose that place. Also, Auto Alfred again. He's lost that place. That's going to hurt him now. He's got to get back past ability as well. Ability and Auto Alfred. That's hurt, I think, quite a bit. As also the Ninja's caught up, and so's Papash as well. But looking out to the leaders, Matigia so far pretty much setting almost a perfect race. No penalty. Still Elbowman the only driver with a penalty. But Elbowman now within a second. He's losing bits of time now through the corners, especially through Sector 1. But that DRS is just holding him in, just keeping him close to Bowman. He's about half a second. He's a little bit further off from Matigia, than he was last lap. So obviously, possibly not working out so much. Matigia does have more EOS than Bowman as well. Still Joe Murphy looking to size up a move, but just looking to El Bowman for now. Is he going to try and go from him? He is about 8 tenths back. He's about 7.5 tenths back. But I want to look at Joe Murphy. Has he sized this up perfectly? He's going to look for it. He's using the ice. He's coming in a bit close. He's not going to make the move, though. He isn't close enough. But Barney has made the move back on Auto Alfred. There's a bit of battling between these two. And it is going to be Barney who gets back past Auto Alfred. But it's going to also be Auto Alfred to get back on the DRS, looking for a move. Is he going to go for it? No, he's not. He's going to keep it safe. There's a spinner on the last corner. It is Harvey Allen who was spun and who is going into the pits now. And what a few laps there. A few spinners, but a lot of clean racing, which is great to see. Joe Murphy going very slowly. It is a full safety car. I believe this is a safety car. Yes, it is. Safety car is out. Yep. As Harvey Allen's spun. But I guess you can take it from here, Ross.
Sure thing, yeah. God, good start. There's good first few laps, I have to say. Good clean laps. No, not early safety car. I mean, as I say, an early safety car. But tell you what, this would help the medium runners if there is any. Yeah, so Sky, Jitto, and they can all pit for Hards to the end. I believe Hards should be able to take Hards around 17 laps. I think that'd be too much hard of a task. Also, these hard runners have got a choice now. Do they stay out or do they pit for the medium to the end? Also, they are going to be very, very rough at the end, but it's the risk you take. Also, I think if Matigia or pits, Elbowen may follow, and then it might just cause a domino effect between all of the drivers. So let's see how this plays out, to be honest.
Very much. You've missed a bit of action. E.R.L. Bayless became our first retiree of the race, which is a bit sad, but today has not been the best of races for our driver, for instance, in third in the Drivers' Championship, Ninja. He started in 8th, he's still in 8th, as Matigia and Elbowman do pit. So will WR Ability. I'm not sure who else is pitting. Papash, and I believe Barney as well. So yes, all the front runners are coming in, but Joe Murphy and Monty Slow are not pitting, so is Auto Alfred and Ninja at the moment. So bit of a risky one there from those guys. But yeah, so far Ninja, he hasn't had the best of races. You know, I haven't spoken about him much because he just hasn't been making many moves. He has really struggled to get around this track, and I think that is really hurting him. Papash gets a 5-second penalty for corner cutting under safety car as well, so not helping Papash. Yeah, not great.
Yeah, so that was a confusing penalty, I have to say. Cutting the corner under a safety car. That's a new one to my rule book. But anyway, yeah, I think it was a smart choice, to be honest, for Monty and Joe Murphy. They've taken the gamble. Maybe another late safety car would really help this race. They have got to defend, though. So they've got a few cars in between them from Matigia and Del Bowman. Also ability as well. Also on those brand new medium tyres. I think it is good as well for those hard runners. They got to pit as well for their mediums. So I think this could be good. I think one person who's right back in this race and has got good chances is I'm Sky, or I'm Skixer. He is, he's on a brand new hard set. Obviously, off these first few laps, he's going to be a bit struggling, but come lap, 27, 28, his tyres are going to be right into action, and he's going to be able to attack many of these drivers.
Yeah, very much. I'm Skixer has come out. He was 10th. Just a lap ago, he was 10th. Now he's 8th, and still with Janinja, Auto Alfred, Joe Murphy, and Monty slow to pit, he could be 4th by the end of this, which would be great. Also, I just want to say here, WR Ability has also gotten away, with possibly getting back his way into 3rd place as well. Everybody's gone for mediums who has pitted, I believe. Everybody except I'm Sky. I'm just gonna call him Sky. I've given up. But yeah, hards. He's gone for hards. He's the only driver, I believe, that has pitted that's also gone for hards. So yes, he's gone for hards. So is Jitto. Sorry, Jitto, MBD, Toxic, and Hera are all the ones on hards, and people who haven't pitted are just the front 4 currently, all still on 10-lap-old hards. I think very much EL, Matigia, El Bowman, and Ability are going to get past these guys, and also Skixer. I think he's going to get past. I think these 4 drivers are just going to get past the next 4 drivers in front of him very easily. There's a big gap in tyres as well, mediums, already fast and hards, and they're worn hards as well, which isn't going to help.
Yeah, no, big gamble taken, as I said. If another safety car comes, they're right back in this race. Monty's going to be leading this race, Joe Murphy, Otto Alfred, and Gene Ninja. Also got to remember that El Bowman does have that 3-second time penalty from exceeding track limits, so that's going to hinder his chances of winning this race. He's also got, if he does want to win this race on track, he's got to try and extend that lead to 3 seconds ahead of Matigia or Ability. I think what also has got to stand out for me is it's not a good race for Papash either. Obviously up a few positions from that poor quali, but I expected a bit more from Papash. Obviously she's currently in P2 in the standings. Obviously Monty is the only person ahead of her in P1. So I think this really has got to be a good stint on these medium tyres for Papash here.
Well, what is good is that Papas, she's gotten ahead of Barney, which is one of the biggest things. She's gotten ahead of Barney. But Barney was quite a bit faster than Papash, so we could be seeing him move quite easily there. But Papash still in 9th after pitting, with a 5-second penalty as well, as the safety car is in. But Skixer has also gotten past Papash, so it hasn't helped. Do you want to take the safety car restart?
Absolutely. If you'd like me to, we go then. The dancing cars, should we say, all the way down this very long straight. It's going to be Monty to get us going here on his old hards, Joe Murphy behind him, Otto Alfred behind him in the Aston Martin, and then Joe Murphy's teammate G Ninja behind them. And then obviously they're going to have to deal with Matigia and Bowman as Monty goes very early. I have to say, for going early, that is quite an early goal. Monty sends it down these last few corners, gets us going again here in Miami in Tier 7. Monty leads his race. Not a lot of moves happening right now. No one really got that many good starts. Papash is really closing up already on Skixer. Also, those hards are not going to be up to temperature or even up to grip right now. The medium's going to be so much grippier. And those hards. And they go on the collision. Big collision. Papash out of the race. Big mistake from, I think it was Barney. But that is huge, and that has caused a big crash out there in Sector 1.
Skixer has also gotten a 5-second penalty. I think that will get removed. Of course, we might have to have a look back at that if he wants to appeal it. But yeah, big contact there. That has also split the grid. But Matigia is making his first move. Oh, he's had contact with Janinja. Janinja defending almost violently. Yeah, that was a little bit too much, I would say, from Janinja, causing contact. Even if that was a lockup, that's quite a lot of contact. I think also lag is also playing a bit of a part here to submit the contact. But poor Skixer, because Skixer, I believe, now has damage as well. I believe so. So I'll have a look, as I'm not sure. Might have some body damage though, which of course doesn't help Skixer today. But as we see here, Janinja looks like he could be losing out to Matigia, who's pushing. quite a lot to get into 4th place. But you see, this is the great thing. You see a difference between a great driver and an amazing one, of that, they're willing to wait until there's a good opportunity that they don't have to risk it, and that's the difference. And I think that is what's shown Matija to be a very good driver, and so also with El Bowman and ability as well.
Yeah, no, I have to say that was a very, very good first set there by El Bowman. He's starting to close up now on Matija. Hopefully when this DRS opens up for him, he might even go for this move down the straight here. He's burning a bit ERS. He's going to go for it maybe round the outside. Braking late. No, Matija's going to cover that back off. Very smart there by the Alpine, planting his car perfectly to force El Bowman to not go for that move. El Bowman is pushing him around the track right now. He's right up his rear diffuser. As El Bowman really wants to get past Matija here, but also holding him up is Ninja, and Ninja is falling out the DRS of Otto Alfred. He's got to pick up the pace a bit, otherwise Ninja's going to get hurt really badly from Matija, El Bowman, and ability as well.
Also, I just want to say that battling, Ninja slowing down Matija and El Bowman. Oh, it's a late move for Matija on the inside. 6th gear, bit of middle gear to go into, to go onto a straight. DRS is now enabled. El Bowman, I'd say Matija's used a lot of ERS now, below 10%. Yeah, still can't get by that Haas, which is kind of worrying that. Oh, and El Bowman, he's done it! El Bowman has sealed Matija's fate. Matija left it open, he left the door open, and soon WOR ability might also be having a look at making a move. Oh, Matija is making a lot of mistakes now, heading onto this back straight.
Yeah, very poor sector 1 from Matija. I think he ran wide out of sector 1, of turn 1, sorry. El Bowman saw the gap and took his opportunity perfectly. That's exactly what he needs to do. And here comes Matija again, up the inside of ability. Can he get the move done on ability? He's going to try to hold the position, and I believe he's done it. Ability to back up the inside though. What a manoeuvre from the Aston Martin if he gets this done. He gets position. Monty's got 3-second time penalty. Matija, they bank wheels. What's going on? The Aston Martin backs out, cuts the corner. The Aston Martin's had to back out. And here comes Matija's teammate Barney now. He's had to back out of that there WR ability. Matija is all over the place. He cannot keep that car together.
The fight for the lead between Monty Slow and Joe Murphy as well. They're having a nice fight out front as Monty Slow takes the lead. As Barney's going to make the move on WR ability and Matija. Matija has lost out. He's down to 8th now. He's lost out to both of them. What a bad safety car restart for Matija. It was looking good and then it's just gone downhill. This is definitely not helping today. What has happened to Matija? Has, Matija's sort of, I don't know what it is, but sort of confidence gone a bit, because down to 8th now. It's not great.
Yeah, maybe a possible slight wing damage, maybe that's what I'm thinking. He didn't have much speed on that straight, and through these corners he's losing a lot of time. Barney is already catching up to WR ability ahead. Barney really went for that really crazy dive bomb up the inside of his teammate. It forced his teammate wide. That gave ability the great run up the inside to get the move done on both of them. So that Barney going up the inside of his teammate has cost both of them in the long run.
Very much, as Barney is also looking to have a move on WR ability. He's going to try round the outside. We know there's been a bit of fighting between these two already. And it hasn't been the cleanest racing, but Barney is just setting up for this straight, isn't he? He's just setting it all up for this straight. But this isn't helping Ability and Barney, because while they're fighting over 6th, Ninja's splitting away a little bit. And so is El Bowman as well.
Ninja is finally starting to close up that gap. Those tyres are going to be dying out really quickly though, so he's still on those whole tyres from the start. El Bowman now is starting to make his way through the pack. If he can get past Otto Alfred quite early here, he can get the DRS off of his teammate Joe Murphy as he set the fastest lap of the race. To El Bowman, down the inside he goes on Otto Alfred, and it's a McLaren 2-3. Zach Brown will be jumping about in that box right now as El Bowman takes P3 of Otto Alfred. And I tell you what, the Joe Murphy now gets that move done on Monty Slow into sector 1.
This is big. Can just look at how much El Bowman is just catching corner by corner. He's catching 1/2 corner by corner. This is hurting Barney, and Ability shouldn't be fighting. They should be focusing on trying to catch El Bowman, and so should Matigia. Matigia looks like he's back a bit. He has very low ERS though, and I think that's what's causing him to be so slow. As we see, Monty Slow going for the move again. Of course, El Bowman does have that penalty still. Oh, remember that. Oh, he almost had contact with Joe Murphy, his own teammate. We don't want this to return, do we?
We've already seen it once with Barney and Matigia. We've seen how Matigia lost out. Let's hope that doesn't happen between Joe and El Bowman. I'll say both 2 and 3 right now. I think Joe has got to concede position here against El Bowman. Much better traction at the corners El Bowman does. He's gained time on Joe, and Joe loses time. Joe will have DRS though to hold off his teammate maybe. Let's see if he plays a team game here or if he wants to hold them off. Like, Joe's starting to close up now. Joe's going to go up the inside of Monty Slow. We have Harvey Allen's out of the race. Is that going to cause a safety car? Yes, it is. There you go. Joe Murphy and Monty Slow can now pit for fresh mediums. Joe Murphy will lead the race.
El Bowman is also going into the pits at the same time. What is going on here? It's double stacking. There's so much double stacking as Barney now takes the... I think Barney might have just done a 1,000 IQ move here, because he now takes the lead of the race on relatively fresh mediums, and so does Ability. He's into second now, and Toxic is into third, Jitto into fourth. Just watching everybody go up and down the grid. Let's have a look at how it's come out. Bowman is just in front of Matigia again. It's happened again. They're just near each other. Hang on, wait. El Bowman has just jumped. Sorry. No, I was reading that wrong. I got it upside down. So yeah, Matigia, they're back side by side again. They're back again. 8th and 9th this time.
I believe this could be Joe Murphy's race to win now. As I said, they took the gamble. They stayed out for another safety car. Harvey Allen's crashed gave them that opportunity. Joe Murphy now got fresh mediums to the end. They will not die out before the end. They will be maximum 40%. This is the perfect situation for Joe. Also Monty Slow as well, the championship leader. He is in for 8 points right now, and even more. I can get moves done ahead of him. Jitto, Toxic, Ability and Barney all on older tyres than Monty and Joe. Let's see, can Monty take the win here in Miami?
I don't think so, because he's got a penalty, of course. Hang on. He has a 3-second penalty against him. Joe Murphy also looks to be a bit faster. I don't know, because also, think about Ability and Barney. They're only on 7-lap old mediums, which doesn't mean they're hugely far. By the end of the race, it won't mean they're hugely far sort of ahead on sort of pace, or behind, really. Or tyre wear. I think potentially it's Matigia and El Bowman that have lost out here. I think they've both given away a victory, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, 100%.
Softs. The softs are risky.
Matigia did get a bit unlucky. Matigia pits again. Matigia into the pits. Maybe for, I don't know, for another set of softs or mediums. Maybe he's gone for another set. Oh, he's got wing damage. Matigia, oh, maybe the collision with that he had when he ran wide caused him some wing damage, and they didn't change his wing when he first went in. Maybe that's why he's had to pit again. Now he's at the back with Skixer, who's also on fresh sauce. What has happened to Matigia this race? He went from starting P2 to now P12. This is not what he would have wanted, the Alpine driver.
I think also, Matigia was the faster driver for most of the race on sort of just normal pace without DRS. I think he's potentially just lost a bit of his confidence this race. He's gone from being confident to use track when it's confident to push. It's just sort of losing out, having unlucky moments that have cost him heavily. But remember, fresh softs now, they've changed his wing, which means he could potentially be the fastest man on track again.
Yeah, 100%. I always say, Matigia, we know has got pace. We know he can make these overtakes that we don't usually see. Hopefully safety car should be in this lap. That will give 10 laps of racing here in the United States. This has been a by far great race this season. Barney, unexpected leader, I have to say. I didn't expect Barney from where he qualified to be up there, but obviously that collision with his teammate, Barney might be For all we know, Barney could be on for the win here. His mediums aren't that old. If he's protected his tyres enough, they should
But
be
ability's
not
also
worn
there
out
as
enough.
well. Ability, these two
Yeah,
have been
both-
fighting. It isn't going to be great
Both
that they
got
were
those
fighting.
medium tyres.
But the safety
So,
car is
maybe.
coming in this lap. Barney leads. Then W Ability in second. MBD Toxic in third. Jitto fourth. And Joe Murphy fifth, who's just pitted. Then all the way down, as you can probably see on screen. But, so here they go. Barney's actually going to... I thought he was about to go, but he's going very late, isn't he? He's waiting. But he's gone... He's going now, but Ability is stuck with him. Oh, there's a bit of oddness going on towards the back of the field. Al Bowman's dropping down. He's dropped down. He's in 10th now. What a bad start. Matici gets a 5-second penalty, so does Spitzer as well. Janinja gets a drive-through penalty. What's happened off of this start? It's madness.
I believe there was some overtaking before the safety car came in. They were overtaking before the finish line, or the start-finish line, should I say. Some of them didn't realise that Barney was waiting, and this has cost them all majorly. Janinja is going to lose out all those points. He could have gained so much on Monty, but here comes El Bowman now. The positions he lost is going to be made up easily. Monty is going to have to pit, or maybe not pit. Maybe he's going to have to try and stay out and defend the elbow. Here comes El Bowman now, round the outside of Monty maybe. He wants that moved on quickly on those softs. Up the inside. There's a collision. Monty's had to cut the corner. What is going on? Herod Gamer out of the collision in the back. Herod Gamer colliding with Otto Alfred. What is happening?
And Matigia into the top 10. Oh, it's 3 wide. It was 3 wide into that last corner in the tight section. Joe Murphy now 5th place. What a start. What a start so far for Joe Murphy. It's been pretty decent. Now, heading through a few corners. Monty has now gotten Jitto. So is Al Bowman as well. Al Bowman's lost it. He's lost it. He lost it. And Matigia's back into the pits again. He's back into the pits. Disappointment for Matigia this race. Just going from bad to worse. But Al Bowman, what is happening to him? He's just making mistakes now.
Clue what has happened there with El Bowman. He must have lost the rear, or maybe collisions, or we'd never know. We'll have to have a look back and see in the clip submissions if there's any Shears report to be done. Matigia has called it a day. He said that is enough for me. 3 pit stops later, Matigia retires from the race on starting P2. We may have an unexpected winner here, as WR Ability does have got a lot of better ERS on Barney, but Janinja has got the cleaner tyres, but he's got a drive-through penalty. Janinja completely out of this race. Let's see what happens here with Toxic. Is he gonna go hold Joe Murphy? He obviously Toxic on 11 lap old hards. His tyres will be dying compared to Joe Murphy and Monty's, and Jitto as well, who's also on 10 lap old hards, so they're going to be struggling to finish out this race. Joe Murphy is going to be eager to get past MBD Toxic here. Can he get past here? He's got no ERS to help him. Toxic has got a lot more. He's going to burn out this straight to hold off Joe Murphy. Joe Murphy's got the much better traction at the corner. Can Joe Murphy close the gap? He has to watch out for Monty behind. Is Monty going to go for it? Down inside, Monty, he thinks about it. He's going to go for it. They're wheel to wheel into the second last corner. Can Monty get the position done? Yes, he can. Joe Murphy not able to fight back. Monty takes the position ahead of Joe.
And DRS is now enabled as Monty puts in the fastest lap of the race, 30.0. What a lap! But I think it's going to be difficult for drivers like Janinja, possibly Monty and Joe Murphy to get through, because as you can see, Janinja is having problems getting past even WR Ability as long as they're within DRS of each other. That's the problem. As long as the top two are within DRS of each other, it's going to be very difficult to get. You won't really be able to get past them on the straights. And you're not going to really... It's going to be difficult to get around them on corners around the track as well. But here comes Janinja. He's wanting the move. He wants to make the move. But WR Ability is using some... Oh, it's going to... Is it going to be 3 wide? No, it isn't. It's not going to be 3 wide. Oh, Janinja! Round the outside. Can Janinja make this move? Can he make it a double move? No, he can't. WR Ability now loses out to Janinja. Still, Janinja having that drive for the penalty. He'll have to serve it very soon. Joe Murphy fighting with Toxic over P5. While Monty's going off into the distance a bit. But now Monty has DRS on ability, while Joe Murphy doesn't have any DRS, he doesn't have any ERS altogether. Toxic's gonna go by. Who else? Is it going to be anybody else? Hira is also gone for it. It's gonna be close. Oh, there's so many moves going on. Ability is going past Monty, and he has, Janinja, as Janinja's into the pits. What a lap. Auto Alpha putting in the fastest lap of the race. They're side by side. There's so much.
This is crazy how in the midfield the 6, 7, 8 and 9 are so close together. They're so close. This could be major collisions, maybe even major moves, as we see heading to sector 1, the twisty turny part of the track. The Ferrari moves to get a move done. He does get the move done. Toxic not got the grip compared to Hero Gamer. Hero Gamer move done. Moves that Scarlet Ferrari up into P5 with a penalty though. Toxic, can he hold off? Skixer, Jitto and El Bowman. El Bowman's also got much more pace than Jitto, who's on the old hards. Can El Bowman get this move done quickly? Jitto, not enough DRS to defend with, not enough ERS either. Here comes El Bowman round the outside of Jitto. He gets the move done quite easily. El Bowman, oh, there's a collision between Ninja. It's not good between Hera Gamer and Toxic. Oh, and a spin as well. Collisions. Oh, it's major collision. Otto Alfred has lost his wing. What's on? There's a safety, because a virtual safety car.
And I think also, I believe Toxic has also lost his front wing. Hero Gaming gets a 5-second penalty. Yes, Toxic will have to pit. So disappointment there. This could actually help the drivers who haven't pitted yet. Since I don't think Barney and Ability, but this is saving Barney and Ability, isn't it, for a bit longer. There goes Barney and Ability. They're going to the pits. This is a late call, but I can see why they're doing it. It's under virtual safety car. This is going to save them a lot of time, and this could potentially help them. Let's see who's going to get a faster pit stop. Who else is into the pits? Many drivers are coming into the pits. Janinja, even Janinja's coming into the pits. Who's going to go? I believe Barney still leads ahead of Ability. Look at the top, look at the front. Oh, it is a safety car. It's a safety car.
I have to say that I don't think that was the right decision from Barney and Ability. They weren't that old. Their tyres would have held out till the end. They've lost out on a chance of major points if these guys ahead don't battle. Monty and also Joe Murphy will be able to break away from El Bowman, whose tyres will start to drop off near the end of this race. They will have the fresh tyres, but they've got to remember there are cars in between them. Jitto is in between them. If Barney or Ability can't get past Jitto quickly, the race could fully be stuck in P5 and P6.
It's not that bad though. Ability started, of course, in P5. Barney started, I believe, was outside of the top 10 altogether. I believe so. I'll just have a quick look. I'm not sure. Well, Barney started 7th, so for them it's been pretty good. But you know, I don't think Monty's going to win this, and I don't think Bowman is. You know, both of them have penalties. I think we could see Joe Murphy do it, but it all just depends if El Bowman goes into some sort of, you know, GOAT, sort of Lionel Messi sort of mode into these last few laps and absolutely sends it.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to think now he's got that penalty, he's got nothing to lose now. He's got the chance to just take the lead and to try and break away. It's all he can try to do. He's not got anything else to save himself from. He's got two in front of him, his teammate with no pens, who's most likely on for this win here, and Monty, who's got a 5-second time penalty. I actually have to check that right now. Monty's a 3-second time penalty, so that might not get removed. El Bowman 3-second, Monty 3 seconds, and Herod Gamer also has a 3-second time penalty. Who's just pitting? He just went into the pit box there.
I think very much. I think potentially Barney and Ability could win it, but they need to win it fast. They need to get past. I think Barney and Ability will get past Jitto, I think, in the first lap. Lap,
I
past
agree.
them. I think Bowman looks
Ability.
like he's struggling on the softs a bit. He does look like he's a bit all over the place. We've seen him make a few mistakes on the softs, and I think we could see Barney and Ability go past them. So potentially P3 and 4, possibly P2 and 3 for Barney and Ability, I think they could do.
Yeah, definitely. This race has been crazy. We went from one safety car in 9 laps to 3 in about 14 laps. crazy. This has been a really enjoyable race, I have to say. Action packed all over the place. The midfield battle has been incredible, I have to say. Jitto is right fighting back up there. Obviously, I've not really heard his name a lot today. Jitto out up in the front spot, but he's starting to put himself in a good position to be scoring points here. As obviously he stayed out and he's looking to pay off, to be honest.
I am a bit worried about Jitto though, because we saw what happened with his teammates and how he got caught up through this section that we're going through. Could this happen to Jitto as well? Old hards. Could this mean extreme measures to defend?
You never know. I think maybe the tires will really start to drop off now. So 14 laps old, they will be on minimum 35% now. As the safety car will be in this lap. Monty will be getting us away. Let's see, will Monty do a Barney again and cause carnage off the safety car and cause drive-throughs and penalties and everything? Let's see.
We want this. We want it though. We want this sort of action.
True. Do you want to take this one or?
Okay, that's fine. Oh, it looked like he hit the wall with lag, but he's leaving it till the hairpin. Is he gonna go now? It looks like Monty Slow is going now. He has gone for it. He has caught Joe Murphy and El Bowman a little bit off guard. What about WOR ability? He is using everything he has to try and get back by. Who else? Janinja could be looking at possibly P8 because Harvey is left the session. But so far, it's not been a great start for El Bowman. He's already dropping off with his teammate quite a lot. Barney wanting to get past Jitto. Can Jitto sort of move out the way? I think Jitto's made a mistake. Is Jitto going to try and come back on the line? No, he's not. That is what I meant by getting past him. But within the first sector for those two. So a very good start for both of Barney and Ability. Now they're fighting over now trying to catch El Bowman and then potentially a podium. Jitto drops now down to P7, P8. He is losing so many places. I'm not sure why he's losing so many places, but he's down to P8 just 3 corners later. This has not been the start that I think Jitto would have wanted, as now his teammate is looking to make a move.
I think those tires are really dropping off for him now. They just don't have the grip you see in Sector 1. He must have not heated them up enough. Also, the older, harder tires are going to take a lot more to stay in the range of tire temps. So this will be, I think, Jitto's highest place unless he lets his teammate by, which I think his teammate is going to go for it. He does go for it and gets by him quite easily. Jitto slowly falling out of the points here. It's a sad sight to see, but those tires just could not hold on any longer. G Ninja, after that drive-through, is up into P7. He's still in this fight for good points here, right in that midfield. 3/10 on the back of Toxic with a penalty, so he's right now currently provisional P6.
Also, Toxic has just put in the fastest lap of the race. But I want to talk about El Bowman. He's 1.5 seconds off, and that's going up quite a lot from his teammate Joe Murphy. Barney and Ability are both right there. This is going to be a crazy one, I think, going on to the main straight. There's also Toxic and Janinja in the background as well. Is Barney going to go for it? Is he going to go for it? El Bowman doesn't have much ERS. It's going to be side by side. What's going to happen here? Is there going to be contact like before? Ability's going for that sort of undercut, going around the outside a bit. All this
unlucky. Sector 2 is a yellow flag. Jitto was spun. It's Jitto again. It's done for him. He's out of the points. Jitto. What a disappointment for the Mercedes driver, from P4 to P12 in 1.5 laps. That is just sad to see. It's unlucky for Jitto, as if it's not been his day sadly at the office. But as we see now, WR ability is really closing up now on El Bowman. El Bowman must have some sort of damage, or side pod, front wing. He's really struggling out there. He cannot. Every time he hits the corners, he's braking earlier and earlier. It gets worse. Here comes WR ability up the inside there. At turn 1, he didn't squeeze into the wall. None of them have VRS. Up the inside goes WR ability. He gets the move done. P4 for WR ability.
What a move there, but Joe Murphy is currently on his way to win the Miami Grand Prix, the driver that we didn't think was going to win in the McLaren. Jitto has also retired from the section, but we didn't expect Joe Murphy to be looking for a win earlier. You know, we didn't expect him to, but now he has. WR ability though wants that podium. He wants the P3. I've seen some of Ability's races before this race, and he's been a bit unlucky with his races, especially on F1 2021. So maybe he's looking for that podium. Ninja and El Bowman are also fighting as well over P5 now. This could be a good return for Ninja, who wants something.
Ability, what is going on? 3-second time penalty, the podium's gone. He's got to gap off now, he's got to create a gap to Ninja. Ninja is in from a drive-through at the back to potentially get P4. What a drive from the Haas. He's got to just stick in with El Bowman. He's going to make the overtake here, up the inside. Here goes Ninja on the outside, maybe El Bowman defending for all his life. Can Ninja get the move done? Here comes Skixer. Skixer going to get the double move up the inside. Yes, he is. Skixer, what a manoeuvre. Takes P5 ahead of El Bowman and ahead of Ninja. Here comes Ninja back up the inside of El Bowman. They get 3 wide. Goes on to Alfred. Oh, big collision. Big collision. Otto Alfred misjudged his braking point hugely. Ninja up into P5 after that drive through.
And now, I think Ninja's just lost out on claiming P4. But what was Otto Alfred doing there? I don't think Skixer will be very happy with that. I think he's going to be very angry with that. He was looking at a possible P5 there. And sadly, I think Otto Alfred got a bit desperate. It's the second to last lap. But, yeah. Look at Joe Murphy. Look at Joe Murphy, though. He's right there. He is right there for the win. He wants to make the move. He wants to win it on track. Barney could get P5. Currently, he will get P5 in this race if he stays where he is. But Ability is also having a bit of a comeback. Can Ability do this as well?
Here we go then.
I think Ninja has damage
all the way down the straight. Is he going to get the move done now? Is he going to wait one more lap? Joe Murphy alien try and bait Monty Slow into braking later than he should. Joe Murphy tries it. He hasn't got the ability. Monty Slow predicts it, and Monty keeps position for one more lap. Here we go then, heading into the last lap of the Grand Prix. Here in Tier 7, it has been one heck of a race, but Monty Slow leading from Joe Murphy with no pens, who provisionally on for the win here. But look behind him, it's Barney. Barney on the much fresher, soft tyres. Can Barney steal the victory from Joe Murphy's hand? Joe Murphy is staring the win in his eyes right now. Monty Slow's got a 3-second time penalty that he may try and get removed, but probably not due to track limits. Barney is right on top of Joe Murphy. So WR Ability on top of Barney. What will happen here in these last few straights?
Also, Ninja does have damage. I've just been able to confirm that Ninja has damage as toxic for tyres from the race on the last lap. But Ninja does have damage. It looks like Hero Gamer might get past on this straight. But what a race it's been so far. Currently, Joe Murphy and Barney for the top 3. Let me have a look at the penalties currently. Currently, Ability would still finish I believe he'd still finish P4 as it stands, which is a bit sad. But a good comeback for Ability. He didn't have the best of starts. But what a race! As we're going to... Do you want to take this last part?
Here we go then. Barney, is he going to go for it down the inside on Joe Murphy? I just don't think it's possible. Joe Murphy will not send it. It's been a good drive from Monty. Monty, if he keeps it going in his last corner, he does. Here he comes, the Haas driver of Monty Slow wins the WR Tier 7 Miami Grand Prix on track. But it's Joe Murphy on penalties who wins the Miami Grand Prix. What a drive from the McLaren. Barney takes P2 after a stunning drive all the way near the back of the grid. Monty will finish P3 on the podium after his penalty. WR Ability takes P4. What a race.
What a race. I just want to say about one driver that has disappointed me. It's El Bowman. He finished 8th. 8th from pole to 8th. It's not a great day for El Bowman. We know this man has pace, but personally to me, I don't think today's race really fought against him. He had, of course, his unlucky moments, but it's his teammate Joe Murphy that wins the race. And he did it with a 1-stop as well. That's the shocking thing. He did it with a 1-stop.
Yeah, 100%. Joe Murphy, what a drive from that man. He qualified P4. None of us backed him to win that race, but obviously, I said this race is jam packed with everything in it, and it proved itself. Once lived up to his name once again. Joe Murphy lifting the trophy for the first time this season, I believe. I don't think Joe Murphy has won a race, so congrats to Joe Murphy, and also congrats to Barney. Great drive from Barney. P2 from P13, I believe it was.
Yes, it was. So what a day for all of these drivers. But here's the rundown of the race. Joe Murphy is our race winner here at Miami for the first time in Tier 7 Xbox line only for round 3. Barney gets second with an impressive drive from 7th to 2nd. Monty Slow gets 3rd, last driver on the podium. Ability gets 4th, Geninja 5th. Also Alfred, although with a bit of a questionable dive bomb, he still gets 6th. Hera, 5-stop strategy, 7th place. Al Bowman, disappointment from pole to 8th is a very big disappointment for the Scotsman. Skitzer goes from 15th to 9th, so a good day for him. And to top out the top 10 is Thanks Harvey in 10th place. Toxic is 11th. Then all of the rest have retired from the race. Jitto, Matigia, Harvey Allen, Papash, and Baelish are all of our other drivers that have retired from the race. But who would be your driver of the day?
I think it's got to be Joe Murphy. He kept it so clean, no penalties, drove like a champ, kept himself out of danger, and look how it's paid off for him.
I think I've got 2 drivers of the day really. I think I've got WR Ability and Barney. I think both of them are really the drivers of the day. Both of them sort of got into their positions due to penalties, but great racecraft from both drivers, great pace from both drivers. But what a day! What a race! It just shows that when drivers do push, they do very well.
100%. I have to say, well, thank you everyone for tuning in to this week's Tier 7 stream. Tune in next week. I don't know if it'll be me and Freeseller, but if it is, I'll see you all next week, and be sure to tune in for tomorrow for even more good fun.
Bye.